Our theme this week, physics apps on iPad Today, brought to you by Audible.com. To download a free audiobook of your choice, go to audiblepodcast.com/iPad Today.
We are excited because today we're going to show you some physics apps.
Yeah, in fact, our viewer named Marcy wrote in with a long list of, she was inspired after Angry Birds. You showed off Angry Birds last week.
I even said this is really just a simple physics app.
It's a physics game, so you know, means it's a game where you're actually you're playing with sort of spatial relationships. And she had a host of really great physics game suggestions, two of which I'm going to show off today because as we know, I'm not a huge gamer on the iPad. Well, I'm not a huge gamer in general, but certainly not on the iPad. I just like it for other stuff. But I've really gotten into physics games because there's that math element.
Yeah, it's like playing. Do you ever you play pool? I think it's kind of like pool.
Well, I'm not good at it, but yes, it's the same reason that I like pool.
Right.
It's like you make the perfect triangle, and it just works.
So just to recap, this is Angry Birds. You're a bird. You're trying to kill or squish the pigs, and you fire yourself from a catapult. So you have to understand ballistics. You have to understand the physics of what happens. You have to play better than that. So you get the idea.
By the way, it's worth mentioning that after last week's demo of Angry Birds, where you and I kind of laughed at why the birds were so angry, we got a host of emails saying the birds are angry because the pigs stole the birds' eggs.
They ate their bacon, yeah.
So sorry about that. We will pay more attention to the premise of these most exceptional games in the future.
The funny thing is that really the pigs have the right to be angry at this point because the birds just keep shooting themselves at them. So this is a physics game in the sense that it's kind of has to have some simulation. It has to have ballistics. You know, you have to kind of understand what the materials are, what the effects of different birds on the materials will be, things like that. So that's where the physics comes in.
Yeah, the game itself is kind of just wrapping around.
It's a pretty simple game.
Physics,
but fun. There's something about physics. You know what I think it is?
What?
I think it's that it's real world. And so it feels more, even though it's a cartoon game, it feels more like I'm involved in the real world out there.
Right. It's like geometric. You're putting together little puzzles.
So thanks, Marcy. She gave us some really good suggestions.
She gave us some great suggestions. In fact, are you already plugged in? Do you want to hand me the...
oh, yeah, the audio on this is so pretty. We got to give you the plug on this because the audio sounds so good.
The first game I want to show off, and I think... Oh, gosh. This is fun, isn't it?
Sarah's plugging in the audio so we can hear it.
I'm plugging in the audio.
This is about a baby dinosaur.
Yes, it's called Arriving HD. And for some reason, my only gripe is that it won't rotate. So you got to play it a certain way, and so it doesn't. I didn't
They'll
take.
Fix that.
Oh my gosh, that's loud, isn't it?
That's good.
Yeah,
can you turn your audio down a little bit on your Mac, on your iPad, I should say? It's at the side there, but I don't know if you can feel it. There it is. Yeah.
How's that?
That's better.
Better? Maybe down even a little more. So the premise behind this really adorable game is that there was a baby dinosaur that never hatched. So the baby dinosaur never got to experience the beautiful world, but also didn't die with the rest of the dinosaurs. So the point is that what you want to do is...
Are you trying to get home?
You're trying to break the egg. The
you're in an egg.
In the egg, and you have to gain enough power in order to get through. So
this is the opposite of Angry Birds.
Yeah, I mean it's a very simple concept, but it's very beautiful. So for example, this is like the easiest level. So I'll just show you. What you do is you draw yourself a shape. Whoops. You have to make sure that they cross.
Careful on the glare there.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. I gotta get you one of those glare. Oh, you went the wrong way.
I did go the wrong way. Here, let's start it again.
So you draw objects that drop from the sky,
right,
and hit the egg and convince it to go in a certain direction.
That's right. So, for example, here we go. So this egg now is rolling towards the target.
Very slowly, but
not very slowly because I hit it at a weird angle.
But that's okay.
Of course, during the show, I actually got really good at this.
Well, you're like Ginger Rogers. You're doing it upside down and backwards.
Yeah. So then the next level, see, this is where things start to get kind of interesting because now what I can do is draw myself a line.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then draw myself a shape.
So you're making a platform for it.
That's right.
It's a very pretty game. I like the music, although I guess it would get... You
can turn off the music.
After a while, you can turn it off.
Oh, come on. See, now I'm dead. I'm dead.
What if you drew the line after you hit the rock?
You can't. You got to set it up before. Well, you can, actually. You can. Here, let me just do it one more time.
This
because
reminds
I don't want
me
to.
of,
I've actually gotten really good at this, and I don't want you guys to think I'm stupid.
There's a touch physics that was for the iPhone that Alex Lindsay loved that was similar, but this is much better graphics.
Crying out loud. You guys, okay. Well, I don't want to spend too much time on that. You get the idea. It's actually, it's okay. You know what?
You stink.
You stink. Literally.
Now I get to mock you after all the mocking I got with Angry Birds.
No, it's true. You get the idea. I'm somehow failing under pressure here.
No, yeah, it's very hard to play a game.
but
I should never say you stink because I will get mine.
You get the idea, and that's the point of this. By the
Right.
way, if you want to turn off the music, if this is kind of like too cutesy for you, you can do that. What you can also do, I didn't show you, but within the game when you're playing it, in the lower left-hand corner, there's a little music note sign, and you can load your own music.
Oh, you can. So I like games that even without having 4.2. Let me try, okay?
Oh, fine.
Let me just try. Let me just see. Now you got me.
I see. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Somebody wants to show somebody
Whoa,
up, and I think we all know who that somebody is.
Whoops.
I
See, I
know.
think you can draw. Let me just see. But I think you can draw
You can.
after the fact.
Well, you know what? You can't. There you go. Well, you can,
That's
but
really slow.
well, now we'll draw quick. You're gonna roll off the
why?
edge.
No.
Draw.
No, now you do it.
Oh, you know what? You're a big show off.
Big show off. That was mean.
No, that's good though. That's good. See, that's a much better. I was all. Anyway.
It's because I played a lot of touch physics where you do the same thing. Now, I have a similar game that's Physics HD.
Okay.
Again, doesn't rotate. You can only show this game in portrait mode. So I'm going to turn my my thing around.
You want the audio?
Yeah, you know, you don't really like. Okay, I'll plug in, but there's not. It's again. I don't know why, but these guys all do spacey music. Like somehow that's the way to do it. So this is Finger Physics HD, and kind of like Angry Birds, you have many levels you can play. Looks like this is this the next one I have to do? All right, I haven't done this one, so you're going to be.
So this is called Finger
able to mock
Physics.
me.
It's 99 cents. By the way, arriving HD is $2.99. So this is a little bit more reasonable.
There's a couple of different games. In this case, is this Finger Physics? I don't. Is it?
You don't even know what you're playing.
In this case, you have to build up to the line. So there's different games. There's stuff like moving the egg, like yours. And this one, I'm building a building that's stable, and it has to stay stable for a certain amount of time. So they give you the pieces. This is actually pretty. Whoa.
You know what this is, Leo?
What?
This is Tetris.
Oh, it's kind of like Tetris.
I love that. I love shapes that fit together.
So
Well, guess who isn't that good at finger physics?
well, I did that on purpose because
Oh,
I didn't
I
want you
see.
to feel bad.
Okay.
That actually was a pretty.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That was a pretty easy level.
You're leveling the playing field, are
Yeah.
you?
This supports Open Faint, which is one of those gaming things, you know, like Apple's gaming.
Where you play,
social
you can
gaming.
play with other folks online.
No, your score gets published and stuff like
I
that.
see.
So you play with other
it's
folks
a social
online.
network for game
Oh, I think I did
scores.
another. Oh no, this is okay. So this is another kind of level where you're kind of trying to get this egg to fall into this basket by tapping these things and having them fall apart. So just to give you an idea of the different. Oh, he's going the wrong way. Oh, I don't think I can
What is
save
it with
him.
eggs?
He's going.
Eggs
Yeah.
have become very popular. Birds and eggs are very popular.
All right,
Can I
your
show
turn.
you?
Your turn.
So the next physics game that I want to show you is called Cat Physics.
Oh,
it has a-
tell me you throw cats, please.
You don't throw cats.
Oh, shoot.
No, Leo.
I'd like
My
that.
goodness.
Here, do you need the audio for that?
Sure.
All right.
I sure do.
I should turn that off.
Now, I should
Sounds like
mention
Jimi
that
Hendrix
Cat
arrived.
Physics is 99 cents, and technically it's actually an iPhone app, but they've optimized the graphics. So when you go ahead and, so this is, you know, with the, again, only goes this
again
way.
with the
so
upside
I don't
down.
know why. So normally I don't want to recommend apps that look crappy on the iPad, but the graphics actually look good enough, and there's cats involved. So I decided to just go with it. So let's go into level 6 here. And what you do is you've got two cats. One cat's got a ball and wants to give it to the other ball. So what you're doing is you're arranging your arrows. So what
There's
you
something about games like this that are very soothing. They're not very hard.
they are so soothing.
Unless you get to a level that's really tricky, and then it's just frustrating. But there's something about them. I just kind of enjoy these kinds of
So
games.
for example, here I'll just show you kind of what I've set up. I'm trying to tell the ball where to go with the arrows. So it's a lot of trial and error.
Wow.
Now,
So there's ballistics in this one as well.
yeah, so what I know is that it went up way too far. Well,
Right.
shoot.
You need to get that last
I've-
arrow at the end there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've got to hit the wind.
Oh, the wind is involved.
This is a toughie, actually.
I like the
Whoop,
Oh. Oh.
Go, 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 go. Give it. This sucks.
Can you put one down below?
There we go. See,
Look at that. How'd you get it? How'd you do that?
He actually didn't get well because I hit the wind
And
and
then
it
blew it
went.
that
It's
way.
almost like a little wormhole. But I went too
fast.
too hard.
Yeah.
Okay, get it.
Catch
Yay!
it. Yay! Kitty cat.
Kitty cat. So you get the idea. It's a very silly game.
I like that game. That looks like a lot of fun. And, it looks fine on the iPad.
It does. It totally does.
Yeah.
And a lot of these games don't. So cat physics, it's easy. I actually, the levels get harder and more challenging. The first level is a lot easier than that, and that is also not that hard. But it's a fun time waster, and the cats they do meow and stuff like that. So what's not to like? It's $1.
And finally, mine is another puzzle game that is perhaps similar to these, except it's more manly.
Oh, it's for a manly
It's a
physics guy.
Well, it's less cuddly.
Okay.
Now, Enigmo was one of the launch apps available on the iPhone. Love it. Still available for the iPhone. They've got Enigma 2. Pangea has been making, of course, great games for the Macintosh and the iPad for years. It is a physics puzzle game. I haven't gotten very far. I'm only at to level 6 because it's actually pretty challenging. I played Enigma 1 almost all the way through. You're in a weird, spacey universe. At the bottom, these are the tools you can use, and there are a variety of different tools, although you don't always get the full palette. Your goal it varies on each level. This is really a nice implementation of the iPad. I can use 2 fingers to change the angle, so I can really take a look at what I'm doing. Of course, pinch and zoom to go in and stuff. The idea is to get the water droplets into here from here, and then you'll get a laser beam that'll come out of there, and you got to get into there, and it really is quite challenging because you only have a couple of different tools to do it. In fact, this one took me a while to solve.
It's intimidating a little bit at first glance.
It is, and when I say manly, it's in the sense that it's kind of cold and spacey. It's not the cuddly kitty cat thing. That's all I mean.
Leo, I don't want to mention any names, but I think I know a few manly men who like cuddly kitty cats too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I actually like cuddly kitty cats too.
Well, Ozzy might as well be a cuddly kitty cat.
My dog is a cat. So now I've got them going up there, and I'm going to use another device probably to guide them a little bit. This is kind of cool. This is a gravity ball that it will, well, now it's a black hole, but it can also steer you can use this to steer drops around it. You see the controls. I can rotate it. So it's quite a challenging puzzle game, and there's quite a few levels. There's not a lot of help. You have to figure this out. And one of the reasons I found out about this is because not on the iPad yet, but on the iPhone, Enigmo 2 supports the new Apple Game Center. What does Apple call their gaming thing?
Ping.
No, not for the iTunes. For the iPhone. I've forgotten it. Chat room, what is the name of the
game? Isn't it Game Center?
Game Center, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think you said that.
Yeah, Game Center. So this is a Game Center game. Not unfortunately, it will be as soon as 4.2 comes out for the iPad, but since Game Center is not on the iPad, but it is on the iPhone. So you can play Game Center. There aren't that many Game Center games. This came out, this is brand new when Game Center came out, and I have to say I loved Enigmo 1, and I think you'll like Enigmo 2. Also, very similar in the sense that it is a physics game with puzzles. We like those. Those are a lot of fun. There were a lot of games like in this category. It's hard to pick just a few.
There are so many.
Yeah.
We covered 4 that we liked, but
there's
boy,
Jelly
the
Car.
list goes on
There's
and on.
finger. Well, I did finger physics. There's crayon physics. There's quite a few. I like crayon physics because it looks like somebody drew it, which is kind of fun. So there's your
Enigma 2,
category.
also $2.99. So we've got a couple dollar apps in there for you and a couple $2.99s. I really like Arriving. I obviously am very bad at it.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And I like the music.
Well, and I like the little premise, a little dinosaur. I haven't seen him yet, but hopefully I'll get good enough.
It's funny.
So
You
those
did
are
the
our
cuddly.
physics
You did the cuddly games.
I did the
kind
cuddly
of the
games.
more mechanical games of this.
Well,
stuff.
I think that's how you can draw me in. You say, no, there's cats involved, and they give each other little balls, and I go, okay.
I was really
like a fun game.
hoping that in fact you launched cats.
No,
Like you do birds.
not this time.
Somebody would do angry cats. It would sell very well. Wouldn't that sell well? It would sell really well.
I think so.
It would sell really, really well.
Well, get your question out on the angry cats in the game. That's fine. Just
If
keep
you
it
want
there.
links to all the apps we mentioned, you can find them where, Sarah Lane?
at TWiT.tv/IPT. It's where we have all of our show notes on all of our apps and everything else that we mentioned too, links and such. You can also watch our past episodes there, subscribe to future ones. Everything's at TWiT.tv/IPT. And a quick reminder that if you're not watching us live, if you are watching us live, you already know this. But if you're not, we shoot the show live every Thursday at around 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. You're a little late today. Sometimes that happens. But if you want to check us out live, you always can do that. You're always welcome, and you can chat in our chat room as well. And if you got app ideas of your own, like our viewer Marcy, who inspired this week's theme app of physics, you can shoot us an email at iPadtoday@twit.tv.
Very, very cool.